Today is a 2-for-1. Today, we're getting a 2-for-1 special. We're going back to the Chapel of Ease segments that we were doing. And today, we are here at St. Helena Island Chapel of Ease. And we're also going to Zion Chapel of Ease to show you the differences between the ruins, how they can be in pretty good shape for ruins, or almost non-existent at all. So, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. It's right over here. Also, remember to hit that like and hit the bell. That way, you'll be notified whenever we do an upload. Come on, let's go learn some history. A trip to St. Helena Island is not a stop at the Chapel of Ease. There's lots of history at this peaceful little roadside spot, and the story of St. Helena Island's Chapel of Ease is an intriguing one, to say the least. During the colonial period, chapels of ease were constructed by rice and cotton planters as houses of worship because their plantations were located so far from the churches. This one was built using tabby construction between 1742 and 1747. And served the island parishioners who were members of the parish church of St. Helena in downtown Beaufort. Well attended in its formative years, it was once known as the White Church, as the combination of oyster shells and lime caused the struggle white. Service heavily damaged fire in 1886. The church was virtually abandoned when the planters evacuated the island in the fall of 1861, during the federal occupation of St. Helena. The church was used frequently by several of the Northerners who had come to the island to educate and train the freedmen. It was also used as a sanctuary by Methodist freedmen as early as 1868. On November 4th, 1861, Sunday services were interrupted by a messenger who brought news of the impending invasion of nearby Beaufort by Union troops to Captain William Oliver Perry Fripp. Fripp's ancestors had been instrumental in the building and upkeep of the chapel, and Edgar Fripp and his wife Eliza were interned in the mausoleum built for them in the site's graveyard. According to a diary written by Thomas B. Chaplin on April 13, 1852, he said the vault was a fine affair and did not have to wait very long for its occupants, Edgar and his wife. The Yankees broke it open during the war hoping to find treasure, and it is now out of order. To this day, the vault remains out of order, and the door of Fripp's vault was ruined by the soldiers, and it was decided to break up the entrance. According to legend, workmen sealed the vault only to return the following day and find the bricks removed and neatly stacked beside the mausoleum. Convinced that the supernatural was the cause, the workers left the job unfinished. Today, the vault is empty. The door is still half sealed by bricks, left just as it was the day the workers left the job undone. This is the site of the first island, which was completed in 1788. The center of activity on the island in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, as the chapel was in close proximity to a militia muster house and a Masonic lodge. It is also home to the oldest existing structure on the island, the Baynard, which was built in 1846 by William Baynard, a wealthy planter. This area contains the graves and of 4 Revolutionary War patriots. Isaac Baldwin, James Devant, John Stoney. Charles Devant was ambushed by a Tory unit, was mortally wounded, and is the only Patriot casualty on the island.
It's my whole life that I am offering. I give it over.
The Hilton Head Island Episcopal Chapel of Ease of St. Luke's Parish was built in 1786 under the direction of Isaac Fripp and Captain John Stoney. The chapel was consecrated in 1833, and in 1830 service, or the silver chalices, which are still in use at St. Luke's, was imported from London. The chapel was 88. The lovely silver chalices of the communion service, brought from England in 1834, had already disappeared. No doubt they had been stolen after the fall of Fort Walker. When next heard of, they would be in a pawn shop in Philadelphia, covered in rust and tarnish. The man who bought them mistook them for antique goblets. When the tarnish was removed, he was amazed to see the sacred Christian symbols and the words, Zion Chapel of Ease. They were returned to the parish and are in use at St. Luke's on Hilton Head to this day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Keeping History on Two Wheels. And I hope you enjoyed the two chapels of ease that we did this week. This concludes our series on the chapels of ease in the Low Country. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. It's right over here. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you'll be notified whenever we do an upload. Always remember, every trip starts with a step. And that step, well, it starts with you.
Have your way. Give my heart. Give my soul. Lord, I give up control. Every part of my day. Lord, it's yours. Have your way. You are King of Kings. I'm here to give you everything. It's my whole life that I'm offering. I give it over to the King.